Hello everyone and welcome. This is Mike with DiscGolfVanLife, and what I have for you today is a long-standing tournament, the 32nd Annual City of Mobile Championships. This weekend's tournament has been brought to you by Saraland Pharmacy, Mobile, Alabama's preferred spot to shop for discs. This tournament promises to be action-packed as players go 3 rounds, 2 of which will be played at John Hawk's The Admiral, a well-designed, tightly wooded course where Matty will have to defend his title as last year's reigning champion.
All right, and how you doing, folks? This is Dustin Mouret. I'll be one of your commentators today, and joining me is one of our competitors at this tournament. It's Bryant from Tuscaloosa. How you doing, sir?
Good. How about you? Happy to be here.
Indeed, have a great feature card for our first round. A couple of local legends in Matty and Cameron Colglazier. Of course, many people will know Matt Orum from the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Got Clay Edwards, a returning competitor here at this tournament, did very well last year, also on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. And then a new young gun in the local area, JJ Campbell, freshly sponsored by Discmania. So we're going to give him a shout out as we get to hole number 1.
Hole number 1, 488-foot par 4. Pretty hard starting hole. It's a good birdie to get, but par's not that bad. Dog leg left. You can be aggressive up the left side, or you can take the easy route and go up the right and give yourself a long look for birdie.
And most players definitely looking to just take that right lane, try to get a skip
First
left.
on the tee box, from Satsuma, Alabama, winner of last year's City Mobile Championship. Y'all give it up for Hound Dog Boom, Matty
And Matty is actually an 8-time City of Mobile champion. He's won the last 4 in a row. So definitely kind of his home ground here. He has 85 career sanctioned MPO wins dating back to 2003. Was our 2023 MVP Open champion on Disc Golf Pro Tour, and very often finds himself ranked within the top 20 in the DGPT standings.
Yeah, he's got to be the favorite.
As always, I believe that was his bear off the tee.
Yeah, that's a good place to be. I mean, anywhere up the fairway without hitting too many trees is a birdie chance for sure.
From Mobile, Alabama, fan voted. Y'all give it up for Cameron Colglazier.
And a lot of old school folks remember Cameron Colglazier. He was the 2012 PGA Rookie of the Year. He's also a 3-time City of Mobile champion, 60 career PDGA MPO wins. Throwing a PD.
So smooth. Cam was real big when I first started playing. It's good to see him out playing again. That's a good shot right there, right in the middle of the fairway.
This brings us to our third player on this tee time. 2-time Flex Star winner, making it to the league group. Y'all give it up for Mr. Clay Edwards.
Yeah, and Clay, this is his second year competing. He was 3rd last year. 19 career PGA sanctioned MPO wins. Was a 2024 Norway Open champion, a DGPT Silver event. So he's starting to get on the Disc Golf Pro Tour a little bit.
Yeah, another great shot right there, right in the middle of the fairway. All of them are taking that right side route.
Also fan voted, local young gun. Let's give it up for JJ Campbell.
Yeah, JJ just 16 years old. He was a top 25 finisher at Junior Worlds in 2023. Was dominating the amateur scene all last year. Turned pro at the very end of the year and has already won 4 events in MPO. Just got picked up by Discmania about a month ago, and he was throwing a DD1 off the tee. And this is his first time on coverage and his first time with the gallery at his back, and so he's feeling the pressure.
I played with JJ not that long ago at Tallahassee, and this kid is extremely talented.
Yeah, he finished top 10 there against some touring pros, and you could see the pressure did not get to him on that tee shot. Furthest off the tee.
That's a great place to be. All these guys put it in pretty good position. Cam's a little bit tucked, but I mean, you should be able to get up and down for your birdie right here.
Yeah, pretty simple A3 approach here from Cam.
Yep, and that's a good shot.
That's a putt. This is Matty O here. I think this might be his swan, so just trying to float one up there soft.
If anybody can do that, it's Matty O. He's really good at this shot.
I would say that is his trademark shot. It's just like a standstill little putter floater.
And he did it perfect, as always.
Yeah. This is Berg. And it's not because that's the only disc I know from Casaplas, but that legit was a Berg shot and I almost rang it up.
I love it. It always looks like it's going in, then it drops 10 feet short of the basket and puts it right under it every time.
And this is JJ with the Mutant. Has a great forehand line here. He pushed a little straight, but does have a line.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would complain about this shot off the tee. That was a great up shot too. Yeah, he's not letting the pressure get to him. That was awesome. He played the hole really well.
Yeah, I was really proud of him for dealing with, all this at once.
For sure.
He actually just got that jersey from Colton Montgomery when he found that he was going to be on the feature card coverage. So another little funny story there. JJ is definitely one we're rooting for locally. As Cam puts it in, putting with the P2X. New disc from Gainenberg.
I'm interested to see what all Cam's throwing right now. The last time I saw Cam really playing, he was putting with the EV7s. And
Yep. Yeah, he is unsponsored this year. Decided not to take any.
Yeah, I'm glad to see him out here playing again. It's been a while since I've really seen Cam consistently play at events.
He's kind of got a newfound passion for the game. He took a lot of time off. He started his own business from his Disc Golf Pro Tour winnings and kind of focused on that for a while, but he's back playing.
He's one of the smoothest players I've ever seen.
A lot of people talk about his backhand form as some of the best, for sure.
That's a great putt to get JJ started.
Yeah, and he is putting with the P1X.
P1X.
Of course, Matty still on the judges here, looking to take part in what might be a star frame here on hole 1.
There you go, Matt. Good little putt to get you started. Kind of a tester, 25 feet right when you first start, but not for Matty.
And Clay just has a drop in, which you love to have on the first hole, and that is a star frame on hole 1.
Good way to start. All right, hole 2 is a pretty simple hole. I would assume it's probably one of the easiest holes on the course. Throw a little putter right down the middle, something slightly overstable. It should put you right in the circle. This one's probably one everybody on this card is expecting to get.
Yeah, there's one little close tree off the front of the tee that makes you think just a little bit, but shouldn't really come into play. Really, as long as you don't pull it right, you should put yourself in a good position. We're starting off with Matty O here, looking to throw his Warden off the tee. Just have it slowly fade in as you were describing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking everybody's going to throw. Something slightly overstable and slow. You don't want it to fade too much, but you can't push it too straight.
It's also a lot of hard pat ground on this course, so as long as you get close, it'll usually scoot it for you.
He pushed that one a little too straight, but he got lucky.
That'll do.
I think he's got that putt.
I'd imagine you can go ahead and chalk that one up. So we got Cam throwing the new Semmes.
That's a great disc for this hole. Something decently overstable, not a ton of glide. You can hit it hard, but it's not going to go too far. And that's pure. That's the exact shot you need on this hole.
Indeed. Cam very happy with that. So I think this is the new Tough from Castoplast that has not been released yet.
Oh, he got past the dead tree. That was great. That one dead tree is what kind of gets in my head. I think the initial gap's pretty simple, but hitting that dead tree in the middle is something I always think about.
And this is P3X from JJ. And it's pure.
He's doing it. I love seeing him not let the nerves get to him. He's hitting his lines. Yep, good. That's 2 down through 2 is awesome on this course.
Yeah, potentially another star frame. And it's been a hot minute since I've seen a back-to-back star frame on coverage for this tournament.
Yeah, the Admiral, when you play it, you think, you go through all the holes, and there's so many holes that are birdie, but it's so easy to just end up parring almost everything. I mean,
yep.
Every hole is a little bit tricky. Even this one, it's pretty short, but it's very possible to miss your line and get a par.
It'll be all birdies for our feature card as we head into hole 3.
Hole 3, 2 lines you can take off the tee. There's the right side and the left side, both probably a sidearm or, a turnover putter or something like that. Mostly everybody I've seen takes the inside on the right, but I don't. I take the left side hyzer with the sidearm, and if you hit the line, you should be in the circle, or if you hit early, it's going to be tough to par.
It is a very tricky hole, definitely one that can get you early. Like you said, most people are looking to take that forehand right over the red tee or backhand to the right gap. And Matty-O is looking at the right-hand side. I believe this is his maiden.
He's probably going to prove me wrong, but I am shocked that he's doing this.
He's always done this.
He's got such a good sidearm.
Just pulled it a little right.
It's tough. I mean, it doesn't matter what you throw. It's going to be tough. Like, it's a very hard line. It's actually harder than it looks on camera.
I think this might be Proxy or Envy, maybe, from Cam.
I mean, these are some of the best disc golfers in the world, and they're not hitting it. So you ought to know it's super tough.
And this is Stahl from, I'm going to pronounce everything wrong, by the way. Swedish is tough for me.
I always get them wrong. I have to get corrected all the time. But I like this play.
Hit the gap perfectly.
Yeah, and so well, it's fading a lot.
It's a fast disc,
Yes.
so he's going to suffer some repercussions for that, but he hit the gap and he has a clean line.
Is that a fairway driver?
Yes. This is FD3 from JJ.
Yes, sir.
Peered it. Doesn't get better than that,
Nice
really.
shot, JJ.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was a really good shot. Cam's got something here. I mean, you can say par if you're in the right spot. That looks pretty good.
I feel like as long as you're not in the rough on the right-hand side of the fairway, you're normally going to have some type of scramble capability to get up and down for par, but Cam's going to have a tester putt with that rollaway.
Yeah, my round, I hit the first tree and went directly into the rough on the right side of the fairway.
And that's when you're hating it. When you're over there is Matt just floats it up there, nice and simple.
Not many people do that shot better than Matty O.
And this is a long stab at birdie here for Clay. Putting with the Rico. Just not quite enough.
Nice little safe bid early in the round.
Absolutely.
Here's Cam for par.
A little tester, but definitely within his range.
Good par save. You don't want to bogey it.
And this is JJ for the chance at solo birdie on the card. And I'll go ahead and say it. JJ is one of the best putters in our city.
I noticed that when I played with him at Tallahassee. He's one of the best putters I've played with.
Yeah. I mean, Matty O obviously is like, a touring pro, so I don't really count him, because he's not really around all the time. But of the locals who play here all the time, I'd put him up against almost anyone.
I heard this from Silas Williams, so take it how you will, but I've heard JJ putt 700 putts a day.
The kid eats, lives, and breathes disc golf and sleeps disc golf. He probably thinks about why he's sleeping. He's just so focused.
I use
Very
it full
good.
time, and there's zero chance I do 700 putts a day. That's a lot of putts.
Yeah, he's gotten real good real quick.
Very talented kid.
Of course, there I am getting in the way of the camera.
Good par save from Matty O and Cam, though. I mean, those could have got away from him. All right, hole 4, par 5. Off the tee, you want to throw a slight flex shot. You want to end left if you're going up the right side. I've seen some people go up the left side, super rare. But you want to take a little flex shot into the left, and then your next shot, you can get to the basket if you throw it really well. It's a tight line, so you kind of got to, just hit your line on a hyzer, let it flip up. It's a tough hole.
And JJ takes the box with that birdie. Going to be going PD and looking to do exactly what you're talking about. Just play the right lane and break left.
This is exactly the kind of disc that you want to throw here. Something slightly overstable, not too fast. Yeah, that looked good.
Yep, he was in good position.
You kind of got to just hope the ground plays on your side. If it gets a massive skip, it can get too far left. But
Yep. This is Bear from Matty O, looking to take a similar line.
if this fades, it's great.
Right
Yep.
through the patch of trees you need to get by.
That is almost prime.
Yeah, you'd maybe want a little better footing, but I mean, you can't ask for much better than that. As we are going to see Cam here take a PD, again, trying to follow the same line as everyone else.
This is pushing that back line. Yeah, it kind of got caught up. He still should have a birdie chance from there. It's just going to be a little bit tougher.
And this is a new disc from Castoplast, the Malm. It's Swedish for ore, and it's kind of like a PD. It's an overstable 10
Yeah,
speed.
it looked beef. He got through. Okay. These guys are getting through these trees.
He got a bike bell. That was from Todd Rowell, one of our MP50 players, who's actually leading Johnny McRae after this. Another really good player. This is FQ1 from JJ, just trying to play that right side.
I like this. He's not being too aggressive, throwing something a little slower.
A little inside, but got a good kick, yeah.
He could still get up and down from there. Kind of the same mistake JJ made, but he got through.
Yeah, there are two lanes to the basket, but the left is certainly the more treacherous one and tighter one. you'd like to play on the right side. And this is a beat-in PD from Cam, and that is laced.
That is absolutely great. From a standstill, throwing a 10-speed, that is really good.
And so Matty O here is actually going flow, which if you know Matty O, you know he loves his flows. And he's trying to play a kind of panning Anheuser forehand.
This is tricky. I've been over on this left side before. This can get weird.
We'll give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Could be worse, but it wasn't exactly what he was looking for.
Meanwhile, JJ has lined himself up with a nice route to the basket here on the right-hand side.
I'm assuming he's throwing a little putter here, maybe a mid.
P3X.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying, I think he's kind of got ice in his veins. He's not even nervous.
No.
First feature card, and he's killing it.
He's one for the future. Look out for him.
Go.
Perfect.
He would probably consider that a bad shot, and he's still just that good at it.
Yeah. Tricky situation here for Clay on the edge, but is able to straddle out onto a knee and has a flex forehand line.
Great shot.
Perfectly executed.
I'm assuming that's a yarn.
Yes.
I kind of know some of the Castiplice discs.
Yeah. A3 here. The old Whistler.
Yeah, I played with Aiden Scott a lot last year, and he told me all about the whistling with the A3.
It's got a weird bead on it. It's not like a normal bead, and it makes a kind of a whistling noise when you throw it.
I think there's two of them that do it. I don't remember what the other. Maybe the A4.
It is, yeah.
Good putt. This is definitely the first hole when you're kind of getting settled that you're like, okay, I really want to get this one. The first three can get, tricky being so early, but you really want to get hole 4. It's a pretty soft 5. It's definitely not a par 4, but it's a soft 5.
Yeah. Occasionally we see eagles on it, but they're pretty rare. But yeah, I definitely want to birdie it. I think you were one of our rare eagles on it yesterday.
I did get it. I threw 2 pretty good shots.
Nice. JJ just piling it on right now, 4 down through 4.
I played pretty bad my last round at Tallahassee. I played with JJ, and I never even got mad. I just enjoyed watching JJ kill it. I think he shot like 8 down.
Yeah, he placed top 10 at that tournament, as we were mentioning, and that was like really one of his first times traveling to like a really big A tier. So
He is so talented and so smooth.
yeah.
All right, hole 5, one of the easier holes on the course. It's pretty much only going to be a flex sidearm. I'll be shocked if I see a backhand here. I'm usually shocked because somebody's going to do it, but I really never see backhands here.
The thing is, if you play just a straight backhand, you just play to the left side and you still have a circle 1 putt. I think sometimes people stress how much they need to get right when they really don't have to. You just don't want to fade too hard left.
Yeah, you don't need to park the basket.
Exactly.
Just get in the circle.
So people who are backhand dominant will sometimes just play the straight backhand, play to the left side and say, okay, I'll take my 25-footer, 20-footer. Well, this is a forehand attempt here with a Vanguard.
Get out. Hurry.
Just barely overturned it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Overturning it here is, I'd rather underturn it and in right, because if you overturn it, you kind of always hit one of those left trees. I got lucky going through them, but it's rare.
That is an uncharacteristic miss from Matt, but he landed in a great spot to get up and down for par, so not the end of the world.
Yeah, I think the backhand kind of makes you feel a little pinched, trying to throw something up that gap. This is pretty good.
Yeah, fell in there from Cam. I believe this might be the stall again from Clay.
Firebird-ish disc.
Yeah, overstable 9-speed. Everybody's got one.
Break. Right around it.
Get through.
More than through. Deep again.
Oh, roll back to it.
That's not too bad. Oh,
No.
Great roll. All of a sudden, he's almost bullseye.
Indeed. So a couple birdie putts and a couple of par cleanups ahead of us. This is Matt with the soft harp, just trying to get up there.
Yep, that's pretty good. He should be able to save par.
That's the reason I put it in my bag for not to do that.
And a long attempt for JJ. And if you know JJ, every now and then he bangs one of these.
That's got a chance. Oh, it's a little low.
Just a little low. Be his first par of the tournament after birdieing the first 4.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be too mad with the start.
No.
Cam with the birdie look. You pretty much assume he's going to make those.
Yeah. And it's just clean up putts from this point forward, really, for the rest of the card. Birdie for Clay. Par cleanup for Matt.
I hope Clay can knock this down. He got a very fortunate roll there. Threw a great shot.
Yeah. Really cool dude. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina.
I love playing with Clay. He's a great dude.
Played here last year. Now this tournament's kind of become a little spot that touring pros will hit, because now that we have the tournament in Florida on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, there's like a week gap between that and the Texas swing at Waco. And so a lot of people will stop by here and play this event now. So it's become a great A-tier, a USDGC and Throw Pink qualifier. I think it's also a qualifier for MCO this year.
I was about to say that same thing. There's 2 spots for each. It's almost silly not to play it. Great course, too. The Admiral is one of my top maybe 10 courses I've ever played. I played a lot of courses.
Yeah.
There's not much better than the Admiral.
This is the course that Halp designed just before PDF in New Orleans, and it's one of the hidden gems kind of here in the Southeast.
I've heard he said it was his miniature W.R. Jackson, and it really feels like that. Hole 6, to me, is the hardest tee shot on the front 9. It is tough. I mean, the gap's really small. You need to end left, but, I mean, if you push it a little straight, that's fine. Just, you need to hit the initial gap. If you don't hit the initial gap, it's probably not going to be a par.
Definitely need to just hit that one lane and ride it all the way to the prime real estate. Or, as you said, you're scrambling for par. More than likely,
If you
Cam
hit
has the
plane
box.
and you're in the fairway, I mean, it's a pretty simple birdie.
Yeah. This is an older destroyer here for Cam.
Kind of shocked he's throwing fast, but
He's a very aggressive player. Just got caught up there on the left side, though.
kick, though. That could be bad. If you kick left, it's bad.
Yeah, he's just in front of the white tee, so basically he's still in a good position to get up and down for par at the very least.
And the white tee's a pretty simple birdie. What's Clay throwing here? Do you know?
It might be that Malm again.
10 speed.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like the slower. I guess 10 speed is slow, but slower than distance driver, kind of slightly overstable, push it out straight. It was a great shot.
And this is DD1 from JJ.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That is outstanding
That
on this
boy
hole.
good.
That is prime. Nobody who's my card threw a shot that well.
He's about 220 from the basket from there.
See, that's when it becomes a pretty easy birdie. Once you get into that area, you feel like you have to get up and go.
Flow from Matt. Following the
Oh, yeah.
vapor trails
All time.
of JJ.
Yeah. That's pretty hot.
Just get stuff on that last tree, but still a great spot.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody would take that off the tee.
And so Cam's still got a lot of work to do here distance-wise, so he's got Halo Emperor in hand, looking to just blast one down there.
Par should be pretty easy to get, but birdie's going to be very difficult.
And you know he wanted the birdie. Again, he's a very aggressive player. There's no layup. I think that might be his middle name is No Layup. So.
That's hilarious. Nobody would throw an Emperor from here.
Yeah, now this is just a PA3 up shot to try to get his par.
That was great.
Yeah. He's at that desk for many years.
He was able to, get up and down for par, so the aggression did not hurt him at all.
Standstill Cac Z here from Clay to get up and down for his birdie.
Go in the basket.
He has run the basket a couple of times and gotten very close.
That was great. He's so smooth.
And Matt I was caddying for him, by the way, and he was hoping that was going to turn just a touch more, but it didn't wind up mattering.
Yeah, it's still a great shot. And JJ, I mean, this is, if you've played this hole, this is at like more than prime.
This is ridiculous, is what this is. He's going to be throwing a P1X up shot, so basically one of his putting putters.
Yeah,
And that'll do.
you're just not going to mess that up.
Yep.
Maybe a little farther than he wants, but it's JJ. I mean, he'll be okay.
The circle looks a little bit bigger for him compared to most players. This is Matt from Circle 2 for birdie. Little jumper, and bang!
You kind of assume he's going to hit those right outside the circle.
Yeah, he's got those nailed down pretty good.
Clay for birdie.
Yes, and just a touch high.
One of my least favorite sounds.
better than hitting the basket.
It is.
I'll take a top band any day over a basket.
At least you had some commitment.
Exactly. As a I hit the basket a lot.
Yeah, I try to tell myself never hit the basket. If I'm going to miss, it's got to be high. Cam going through his routine.
Very good par save from Cam there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was scared the aggression might hurt him a little bit after the tree kick, but he was fine. Here's JJ for the birdie.
Yep, this would put him 5 down through 6, which was the hottest start of any player in MPO on this layout.
Yeah, if you're at home wondering if this is easy, it's not.
No.
It's shredding. JJ's super talented.
And he's done it. Hottest start of the day of any player.
And his putt's confident. There's no wobble. There's no slowing of the pace. He's hitting him dead center. Yeah, I really like that hole.
I'm sure you're surprised a pharmacy sponsored this video, but Saraland Pharmacy is actually the best disc golf store in southern Alabama. They carry a wide variety of discs from all the top manufacturers, including Innova, Discraft, Discmania, and all the Trilogy brands, as well as MVP and Axiom. They also carry plenty of plastic from lesser-known brands, such as Lone Star Disc and Thought Space Athletics. Their pricing is fantastic. And speaking of pricing, they have a very robust used disc section where you can get some lightly used plastic for a fantastic price, and you can also pick up various disc golf equipment that'll help you along the way. So if you're in Mobile County or any of the surrounding areas, or heck, even if you're on the Eastern Shore, definitely pass on by the Saraland Pharmacy, as they have a wide variety of equipment that I'm sure you'll love. It's definitely worth the trip. You certainly won't regret it.
All right. If you ask anybody in the tournament what their least favorite hole is, it could quite possibly be this hole.
Interesting. Okay.
Super tough to get the birdie, but if you're smart and just play for par, you should be able to do that mostly every time. It's a really small island. There's 2 options off the tee, backhand, forehand. They fly just about the same. You just want to hit the gap, pitch up, take a par, and walk away.
Yeah. Maybe if you slide to the water's edge, some people will run the birdie putt. But also it depends on the OB rules for the tournament. This tournament, it was any OB off the tee goes to a death putt drop zone. So you're really looking to play conservative the first round.
And the drop zone's like 60 feet.
Yeah, this is a tactic from JJ, and
so yeah, he's about 55 feet from the basket.
that's a layup all day.
You want to lay that up, walk away with a par. 3 on this hole is fine.
It's also worth noting it was pretty windy this day, and that just adds on to the decision making of probably not worth running. This is Ati from Matty overstay with 9 speed,
I'm sure
down
he's
tempo.
on a 9 speed.
Yeah, he's always done that, and he always just throws it down tempo. It's just a comfortable shot for him.
See, he's at the point where I start thinking, should I run it? He's right at 40 feet.
Little A3 there from Cam.
That's layup.
Yes.
Where Matty is like, he's the line of should I lay it up?
This is Berg X from
Is he going up
Clay.
the right side?
Yeah, I think.
With us?
No.
Oh, okay. He just kind of looked like he was going up the right side.
I know exactly what you're talking about. The way he was lined up was a little different, but yeah.
So all of those are great. I mean, if you do that off the tee every time, it's a pretty simple layup. JJ, I mean, you have to think about it, but it's still pretty easy.
I'll let you guess if you think he ran it or not after you watch the putt,
Okay.
because I know the answer, but I'm curious your thoughts.
Yeah, he gave it a little run.
No.
He was trying to lay that up?
Yeah. The wind caught it, lifted it. He was real scared for a second. They would hit the basket and laid down.
Yeah, thank God the basket was there.
Yeah. That looked like a little floaty bit.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys are brave. I'm putting it at the pole. I was right where Clay was, and I landed.
Remember what I told you what Cam's middle name was?
No
layout. That's right. He's running this for sure.
And this is what happens if you do that.
Yep.
Luckily, though, if you go out of bounds on your second shot, you take it where you went out at. It's a drop-in 4. And, I mean, the hole, I don't know. I haven't even looked, but I guarantee the hole did not average under par.
No, never does.
I heard there were a few birdies. See, even that layup's a little bit tough.
It's hard packed ground, so it slides pretty easy. So you kind of want to land on that pine straw short of the basket and hope it kind of sticks. So Matt, a little unfortunate there to try to lay up and still wind up bogeying the hole.
Yeah, this hole is just tough. There's no other way to describe it but tough.
So a couple of pars there from Clay and JJ, bogeys for Cam and Matt. That's really the first blemishes on the scorecard for anyone on this feature card.
Hole 8 is, I'm assuming, the softest par 4. They've added some OB this year, so it makes it a little bit tougher, but if you just play it smart, the OB really shouldn't come into play. You can be hyper aggressive. I played a practice round with Matty last year, or I think it was 2 years ago, and he got in the circle off the tee. Not all of us are Matty, so I mean, I don't even try to do that, and I just try to get my birdie and move on.
Yeah,
there's the depth commando right there. You got to hit, but again, it's pretty wide. It's not something I think anybody really truly thinks about. It was windy though. I will say it was pretty windy.
Yeah, and it was JJ going for the PD2, and this is, I think, the smart play now with this OB because it comes in real tight on the left. You get a little bit more forgiveness on the right-hand side of the fairway, and we had a right-to-left crosswind, so pretty good play there. And I think this is the Gould.
Yeah, I did the same thing these guys are doing. I threw a gateway javelin, pretty overstable 13 speed, and just threw it out way left and let it fade in.
You don't even have to think about it if you play it like that.
Super simple, super safe. It was an easy birdie. Just walk away with it. And wow, I'm kind of shocked Matty O's going sidearm.
Yeah, he went Prince. And he's just thinking the same thing. He's just playing the wind and the line, but he almost pulled that one a little too left. Luckily skipped in.
We had a right to left wind here.
Yes, we did too.
So that makes it pretty tough. I was the first card out. So
and this shocked me that Cam was going backhand off the tee.
You said he was no layup.
Yeah, I just figured he would go forehand. He's got it. He's got it. And that branch saved his life.
So now he's got a pretty simple break. Like, it is, once you're inbounds off the tee, I mean, he's maybe 300 feet away. And, I mean, it's
I think two things happened there. One, the wind was swirly and kind of felt like headwind for a second. And two, I don't think he realized how tight the left OB was.
Yeah, I mean, when I walked up to my first practice round, I had no idea the OB was there. So I was throwing the backhand, trying to get up there, for a long putt, and it's just not worth it.
It's really not. And while these players aren't that far from the basket, you're seeing them throw high speed because the wind is just that strong. And you're just trying to penetrate as far as you can up there.
I don't blame them at all. Pretty good shots. Yeah, clay is about where I'm trying to land. I want to land on the right side of the fairway. Just have a pretty simple sidearm.
I mean, it's been running baskets.
I think he's going to throw it in.
Yeah. It's probably like the fourth time so far this 9 he's gotten close.
I thought that was going in the air, and then I thought it was going in on the skip.
Yeah.
It wasn't what he wanted, but he's fine. I mean, he's edge of circle, maybe a little closer.
So JJ first up to putts.
Oh, if JJ's close, then yeah, then Matty O's at like 20 feet.
Yeah.
That one looked a little weird out of his hand. A little hyzer.
Yeah, JJ thought that the right to left was going to pull his disc over, but doesn't realize that he putts with so much spin that the wind doesn't impact his putt as much as he thinks it does, and he's learning.
Yeah, if people are at home and they want to think something, he's 15 actually. He's good. He's got it.
Yeah.
God dang.
Cam's not going to like watching that one back. That's the worst feeling ever when you just throw a dead duck out your hand.
Yeah.
That's no chance.
That one just wasn't good.
Probably thought headwind would lift it from, where he was at, but...
Yeah, I mean, the wind was swirling all day. It's not too bad in the woods. The Admiral kind of hides most of the wind. But
this is like the one hole where you really feel it.
Right.
This, and maybe 9 through 11 as well.
Yeah, but even those are kind of, like, this one's just out there.
Yeah, there's nothing.
This is where we all warm up. I mean, this is good cleanup. A little bit you had to think about, but he's going to make that.
Yeah, still a great front 9 from JJ considering the circumstances. And it's still not done yet, so has a chance at hole 9.
This is just one you really feel like on the tee, okay, I got to get this one. If there's one must get on the front 9, it's probably this hole. Even 2 and 3 are pretty simple, but they're not must gets with the trees. This one is right there for you. All right, hole 9. There's basically one route. There's 2 routes possibly, but none of these guys are going to take the left sidearm route. There's a slight flex or just a straight shot right up the middle. It's pretty short, so you really want to just throw up the middle, give yourself a long putt at worst. It's 275 feet, so should be mid-range for everybody on this card.
Yeah, it was kind of a head left to right cross, so definitely a hard wind to read.
Yeah, it's weird too because you feel it so hard out here, but you don't know how much the wind's affecting it in the gap. This is the one thing. Okay, he got through. That's the one thing you can't do. You cannot hit that bush on the right because it's easily could go right in the water. The water is not in play unless you hit that bush.
This is Glacier from JJ. New mid-range from Gannon Burr. And I think he just thought the left to right was going to push it more than it did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it may have if he was in the open, but once you get in that gap, it seems like the wind doesn't affect the disc as much.
Yeah. This is Matty O going pine. I think he has like 4 of these in his bag. It's kind of his go-to mid-range these days.
Good, slightly overstable mid with some glide. And yeah, that's pulled over a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah, that's great now.
Yeah, pretty routine birdie putt from there to finish off this 9.
Even if you hit some of those trees, you're still like edge of circle.
And this is Cam's old Test M3. Very rare disc these days to find.
Oh, that was almost okay. It looked like it was trying to flip. He's got a long putt, but he wanted to get past that branch.
It's a little nose up, so that crosswind caught it, lifted into the branches, but all good.
That scared me for a second, but that's fine. I thought he was going to hit that corner tree.
Another long stab at 1 from JJ, and
Goodness.
he wasn't too far off, just a little to the right.
Even strong side chains.
Meanwhile, Cam with the highlight putt to finish the 9.
That's a great putt.
Especially after missing that one on 8 that he felt should be routine. To grab that one feels good.
Yeah, this is one you kind of want to get, but again, it's not a must. I mean, that's how the Admiral is to me. So many holes feel like you should get it, but it's not a must get. There's so many things that can happen. Oh,
That's really his first mistake of the round.
yeah. You don't want to see that. Great birdie for Matt.
Yeah. Really did all the work off the tee. Didn't leave much on the bone to finish that one. We'll see the rest kind of clean up here.
Yeah, everybody on the card's having a pretty solid front 9.
Absolutely. Everyone is in striking distance of the lead, which I think at this point in time was like Paul Kranz and Jacob, who were like 9 down through 12 or 13. So they were doing some great work. But anyway, I'm Dustin Mouret. You can check me out, Dustin Disc Golf, on YouTube, and follow Dust on Instagram and Twitter. I'm a disc golf commentator and esports dude. And then where can people find you?
At Bryant DG on Instagram. That's where I post mostly.
All right, so check them out. Make sure you like, subscribe here too.